pain shoots through your spine as you're thrown into the wall of the barn. The scramble of hooves scrapes your skin as a small group of colts lifts you up and tosses you back into the ring, rolling along the dusty ground. Big Macintosh snorts at you, pawing the ground, ready for another strike. He'd been wiping the floor with you for the past 5 minutes now inside Sweet Apple Acres barn house. 5 minutes of sitting through this asshole's subpar fighting, all because you smacked his sister's ass. Applejack, of course. You were a jerk, not a Catholic. You can see steam flare out of his nostrils as he sneers at you confidently.
No pony tries to get fresh with my sister. No pony.
Getting to your feet, you wipe the blood from your cut cheek onto your hand. You give a laugh as you brush your arms of dirt.
Right, how could I forget? You're a brother. Hitting on her is your job.
He glares angrily as he charges you yet again, as the crowd around you that came to see the fight cheer him on. Stepping to the left, you bring your arm across Big Mac's neck, delivering a more than likely painful haymaker his way. He's lifted off the ground and slams into the cold dirt as you bring another fist into his gut. You are anonymous, and you could go for a drink right about now.
Come on, you fucking Nancy, get up. You tossed me around this shit for 5 minutes. Don't tell me you're done just like that.
Shaking your head, you turn to leave the barn. That's when Mac bucks you right in the back. You're off the ground and you fly through the barn doors, flailing along the ground. When you get up, you're more pissed off than in pain. You stretch one leg, bob up and down for a second, and then sprint as fast as you can back into the barn. Mac is smiling at his friends, thinking he's won. You promptly tackle him to the ground and begin punching the ever-living shit out of his face. More hooves grasp you as his chums throw you off him, some of them ganging up on you.
Oh fuck you, he kicked me in the back, the coward!
Mac lies stunned on the floor of the barn, groaning in pain. You spit in his general direction, and then clock the first colt to make a move at you. What started as a one-man fight has now turned into an all-out brawl. You smile. One hour later, you hated the smell of this place. Old books made your nose twitch and cringe. They smelled musty and moldy, and you kind of fucking hated that. A few bandages were levitated up to your face by purple magic, as a cotton swab dabbed at your wounds.
Ah, watch it!
Would you stop squirming? It wouldn't hurt if you wouldn't move so much.
What the fuck is in that swab? Goddamn acid?
It's peroxide. It's going to help clean your cuts.
You roll your eyes as Twilight Sparkle keeps cleaning your face, placing the small white bandages on your cuts. This was a familiar routine. You'd find some reason to uppercut some fucking horse, they'd all gang up on you, and 10 unconscious equins later you would shuffle your busted ass down to Twilight's house for some medical assistance. It had always been like this. She was the only pony in town who'd be willing to take you in like this. Hell, she let you use her basement as a makeshift home, seeing as how she wasn't using it for anything beforehand.
Anonymous, might I ask what you did to get yourself in this situation this time?
Not much, really. Turns out you can't make a pass for any mares in the Apple clan. Their brothers tend to get jealous and take you to their farm to knock a shite out of you. I'm gonna be honest. I think I might have cracked a rib.
You give her a cheeky smile, but she sighs and shakes her head.
Why do you always do this?
Do what?
Why do you get into fights with every pony?
Why does every pony want to fight me?
Maybe it's because of your impertinent attitude.
Don't use big words with me, bitch.
She glares at you, you give a wink, and she sighs.
All done. Just try not to get more colts and stallions around here angry with you. I'd rather not have to come home and find a sight similar to when we first met.
You rub your face, smack it a bit to wake yourself up, and then take a cigarette out of your shirt pocket. Before you can light it, Twilight snatches the lighter up with her magic.
Ouch.
Fuck me, are you still on about that?
No smoking in my library.
What's the worst that could happen?
Well, for starters, you could burn it down.
Oh, aye, that'd just be fucking tragic. Then all this shit fanfiction would fry.
She points to the door. Shrugging, you get up and walk out of her house, nabbing your lighter out of the air as you do so.
The cellar door is unlocked in the back for you, by the way.
The flame of the lighter sparks up and you take a slow drag on your cigarette.
Thanks, Tink.
She shakes her head and rolls her eyes at the nickname you gave her and closes the door. Exhaling, you lean up against the trunk of the library. Twilight pokes her head out of the door.
I need you to come back here tomorrow at noon.
What? Why?
Polly doesn't say anything, darting her eyes back and forth. She's silent because she knew you'd figure it out.
No. No way. Fuck you.
Non, please.
I'm not game for you to hook up all those fucking wires to me and run your goddamn tests. Get another guinea pig.
Anonymous, there aren't any other humans here, you know that.
Fuck off.
If I could find out what you are, what makes you special to this world, then Princess Celestia would be amazed at my findings.
Oh, isn't that great? Now to repeat myself. Fuck off.
She glares at you.
If you want to come back here to an unlocked cellar, then I think you might want to reconsider.
You look back to her, a cocky grin on her face.
Clever mare. Fine. I'll do your tests.
She claps her hooves together in delight and then darts back into her house.
Fucking arses.
You flick away the ashes from your cigarette and begin walking to the nearest bar. Before you can get in the bar in front of you, a familiar shrill voice chirps up behind you.
Hiya, Annie.
Pinkie Pie. You turn around and nod and then keep walking for the bar.
Gee, what happened to your face?
Fight.
A fight? Now why would you go and get into a fight, Mr. Party Pooper?
Mother Mary preserve you. Punching a lady is uncalled for, but you wanted to do it so badly.
Pinky, as thrilled as I am to be speaking with you, would you mind not talking at all in my general direction? I just want to go get a drink, and I don't need your voice to spoil the mood.
Pinkie pouts a bit, but when she realizes you don't particularly care, she huffs at you.
Looks like someone needs to smile.
If you start to sing, I swear on my grave, I will kick you in the teeth.
She stops, her ears cast down in surprise. But then they perk up immediately.
Okie dokie. I'll just hum then.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Pinkie bounces happily beside you as you walk into the bar, spotting a large crowd of ponies enjoying themselves.
Okay, Anon, remember what Twilight said. Try not to get into a fight. Just go in, have a beer, maybe 4, then leave.
Finishing your cigarette and flicking it out the door behind you, you walk over to the bar and sit down, ordering a glass of lager.
Just have a drink, Anon. Have a drink, then go back to Twilight and sleep all is off.
Pinkie Pie bounces into the stool next to you and chimes up at the bartender.
Shirley Temple, please.
You're ordering a Shirley Temple.
The bartender rolls his eyes and sends a glass of pink liquid down at Pinkie Pie, a small cherry floating among the ice of her glass.
Yup. I love these things.
Fuck me, you're in a bar. Just order some liquor and be done with it.
You take a swig of your beer as Pinkie downs her entire glass of soda.
Nope. Beer just isn't sweet enough for me.
Oh dear God, I hope she doesn't tiki all night.
Well, come on, just spit it out. We need to get out there and start.
She's been acting a little weird around me lately. Nothing too serious. Don't worry about it.
Last thing you need to do to your bro is make her help you again. You can handle this on your own.
Okay, Nun, whatever you say. Just hurry up and eat. We're behind schedule already.
Oh, are you Twilight?
She stares at you.
Yeah, right. Don't even try and give me that. I have to go to work today, so I don't have a lot of time to goof around. Hurry up!
Rainbow heads outside and you slam your toast and quickly follow. As you're near the end of your morning run in Ponyville, Dash stops you for a second.
Hey, Nun, we should race back to your house.
Wings or no wings?
You'll just have to find out.
She says with a smirk.
I'll get blown away either way, so why not?
Her face lights out after hearing you accepting her challenge.
We'll race from that tree over there back to your house. Winner gets 2 bits.
2 bits ain't shit, and to see your bro happy about doing something she loves, it's worth all of your bits. Plus, she loves having motivation for putting in her all.
Okay, deal.
Both of you walk up to the tree.
Ready?
Your legs get a little tense.
Set.
Maybe with all the running you've been doing, you could beat her if she doesn't use her wings.
You tell me I'm half crazy, but you're insane.
The bar stool next to you scoots along the floor, and you spot the next pony to sit next to you. Well, you spot her mane at least.
Aye, Fluttershy.
Oh, hello, Anonymous. It's nice to see you here.
Piss off.
I was just wondering if you would want to...
Piss off.
She mumbles to herself, wringing her hooves together in nervous worry.
It's just... I kind of like you, and...
The feeling is not mutual, Fluttershy. Now please, bugger off.
She hovers next to you, getting an inch from your ear.
But I can show you so many wonders.
You place a hand on her face and shove her away from you.
Not interested.
She hangs her head dejectedly and flits over to your other side.
One of these days, Anonymous, You will be.
Not bloody likely, no.
Realizing she would be getting nowhere tonight, she lands on the ground and trots back to another group of ponies.
Finally, some peace and...
No, none. What's up?
Ah, for fuck's sake, why won't you asses leave me alone?
You whirl around and see,
Oh, Rainbow.
that was alright then.
Dash, cheers.
You raise your mug to her and she nods happily. When she sits in the seat that Fluttershy left, she winces when she spots your cut-up face.
Celestia! The hell happened to you, man?
Big Mock and his boys. Turns out you can't hit on Applejack without someone getting rustled around there.
You hit on AJ?
Taking another sip of your beer, you nod.
I may have complimented her eyes and smacked her on the ass.
Yeah, I could see Mac getting pissed at that sort of thing.
Aight, still, they're in worse shape than me right now.
Are they?
Knocked out and nursing wounds back on that farm of theirs.
Nice!
She holds out a hoof to you and you bump it with your fist. Rainbow was probably the only other pony in this town that would consider you a friend, other than Twilight. Then again, you never really hung out with Twi. You mostly just did her little experiments that she sent off to the princess.
Hey, I just got some movies in from a friend of mine. Lots of cool action flicks and the like. Wanna watch them at my place?
Dash, if you haven't noticed, I don't have any wings. Kinda hard to walk on clouds without them.
Darn it! Well, what about the library? You have a TV at Twi's, right?
Yeah, I guess that works. I got one in the basement where she lets me crash.
Rainbow pumps a hoof in the air.
Awesome! Alright, I'll be over there at noon.
Yeah, might want to reconsider that.
Huh?
She's running these tests on me tomorrow at that time. I'm not saying you shouldn't come, fuck that. Just saying that I'll be wired up when you get there, that's all.
Oh, well, yeah, man. No problem. I don't mind.
You hear a few colts holler over to Dash from across the bar.
Buzz off, creeps. I'm not interested.
How the fuck are they?
Just a few Pegasi from my old flight school.
They need haircuts.
Dash punches you in the arm.
Don't worry about them. They...
Hey, Dash! I didn't know you were bucking the monkey. What, your standards reach an all-time low?
Dash cringes and blushes slightly, more out of annoyance than anything else.
I wish those guys would shut up already.
Sorry, Twilight. Things just happen.
You finish your beer and get up.
Where are you going?
To shut 'em up.
Calmly walking over to the trio of Pegasi, you point at the one in the middle.
You in charge of these cunts.
The Pegasi with the mullet laughs at you, nodding.
Nice to meet you.
You raise your mug. It shatters when you slam it across his head, sending him to the floor. The other two fly at you, but you crack a fist across one, knocking him back. Mullet Boy gets up and bucks your chest, but you don't budge.
Pegasi.
You had to love how light they were. You grab him by the mane and slam him into his table, while the others tackle you badly with a flying start. Dash joins in the scrap, cracking a hoof against one of the other's face, knocking him out. You take a bit and send it to the bartender, who smiles and tosses you a bottle of lager.
Cheers.
You spin around and swing the bottle into the face of the last Pegasus, a dull thunk ringing from the impact. A few minutes later, and you've got 3 more ponies to add to the roster for today. You walk over to their table, finish off their drinks they were having, and hand one to Rainbow. A glass of cider in hand, you crouch down to the groaning form of the Pegasus with a mullet.
Your mother should have beat some manners into you during your fucking childhood, rather than just beat you.
You finish off the insult by pouring his drink onto his head. You go up to the bartender and nod to him, dropping some extra bits on the table to cover your drinks.
You can and you fail, you won't be the only loser. These kids don't stand a chance with you in their future. They've been taken away.
Walking out of the bar, Rainbow Dash flies up next to you and laughs.
We have to do this more often, Anon.
You did good in there. Poor fuck never saw you coming.
That's because I'm the fastest thing alive.
She beams proudly and lands next to you to walk rather than fly.
So, movies tomorrow then.
Fuck yeah!
You bump her hoof again and she flies off. Taking another cigarette out of your pocket, you begin to sing to yourself as you walk back to Twilight's library.
Well, in the merry month of May, now from me home I started, left the girls at home, so sad and broken hearted, saluted father dear. Kiss me darling mother, then drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears to smother, then off to reap the corn, leave where I was born, cut a stout blackthorn to banish ghosts and goblins, brung a pair of brogs, rattle over the bogs, frightening all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn it down the rocky road, and all the way to Dublin, what for lol-de-da. Ha ha!
You could care less what others thought of you in this town. You had time, a friend or two. Good enough for you.